Hey guys, it's Linda Light here, and I've got an interesting thing that I'm going to do for you tonight. So I'm going to pull a couple cards, but it's going to be a different kind of reading. This is going to be a reading forecasting the upcoming week of your dreams. So the messages that I'm receiving are that the dream realm is the dreamscape is changing rapidly, and this is going to give you some guidance and insight for what you can expect. Now, if you're not a conscious dream traveler or you don't journal your dreams, that's okay. If you don't remember your dreams, that's okay too. Don't even just disregard all this, or no, pay attention, but if you want to remember your dreams and put a journal next to your bed and make the intention in your heart, make your intention before you go to sleep, I will remember my dreams, and say it 3 times and just trust that you will. And for those of you that are conscious dream journalers or dream travelers, as the whole scape is changing this week with all the incoming energies, and as new earth networks are being upgraded and built and expanded, the expansion is, things are happening. I'll just say things are happening, so I won't get too complicated with the reasons behind and all of that. I'll just say that things are changing, they're expanding, and this coming week is going to be very, very unique in the dream world. So before I pull a couple of cards, I would like to know from you guys what kind of dreams you have now. Have you noticed a change in your dreams over the last day or so? Are you a lucid dreamer regularly? Have you had your first lucid dream experience? Have you been a dreamer your whole life? I have. I've been journaling for a very long time, and I've had a lot of experiences. So I want to know, do you get a lot of guidance out of your dreams? Do you get to see your deceased loved ones in the dream world? Have you seen yet that it's another reality? Do you awaken in that reality? What kind of dreams do you have? Just leave some comments and let's get into a conversation about it, It's fascinating. So here we go with the reading. Okay. There you go. Perception and bittersweet. Those are the first 2 cards that I got. Perception and bittersweet. So a lot of times in the dream world, your perception is going to be a little bit different than the way it is in this reality. But sometimes what happens is you carry over your perceptions from this body and this life, and you carry that over into the dream realm. And when you do that, and you're excuse me, playing by the rules of 3D Earth in the dream realm, you miss out on opportunities to tap into some of your more mystical side. As the galactic being that you are, you miss out on those opportunities if you keep your perception limited to the 3D world. So the advice moving forward into this week is look for the magic. Look for your treasures in the dream. There's a butterfly. There's some treasures there. There's an emerald. See the butterflies? She's wearing her purple coat. That's, it's not a coat. It's a little dress, but the violet flame of transmutation is coming in heavy for this week. So there's a lot of transforming, transmutating of old, heavier, dense energies. And some of this could be bittersweet because you have to still practice self-forgiveness and get into releasing what no longer serves you. So that can be very bittersweet. And when you're letting go of the old, you know, look at in this card, there's a birthday cake. And the person's sitting there like, oh no, I don't want to turn older. Well, what's your perception about turning older? So it could be when somebody crosses over, is your perception when they cross over, oh no, you know, they died. Of course it is, because we're human, but it's also a spiritual birthday. So what is your perception about that? My soul sister and I started taking to saying congratulations on your promotion. Now, we wouldn't say that around grieving people, obviously. And when she passed away, and wasn't here when my son passed away last year, so we're not going to be saying, hey, congratulations on your promotion, but in a quiet way, when you're speaking with that person in your own way through your heart, you are congratulating them on their promotion, because they're on to the next phase, the next chapter. And in a lot of ways, in my dreams, when I get to see my son, and we have talked about a lot of things over there, like as if he never passed away too. It's like he's still living, and I know that over there. And that's what's bittersweet when I wake up in this body and I realize that world that's over there, that's a very, very real world, it's bittersweet when I get back here because he's not here in this world. So I'm sure a lot of people have similar experiences, and they get to see their loved ones, and then it's bittersweet when they wake up. But anyway, I don't want to project my stuff onto the masses for what it is, but you know, it's very possible that you could be having maybe the reason why I was guided to do this particular reading for the collective is because my experience can help me tune into what's going to be going on for the many right now. And if that is the case, then I would have to say that there's going to be a lot of people getting visitations this week. There's going to be reunions that are happening. And do you see that? What is your perception of a reunion, of being reunited with one of your loved ones that has passed over? What is your perception about that? Is it a happy, reunion? Are you happy to see your deceased loved one, or is it bittersweet because you're sad because they left? Because if I didn't have the experiences that I had and I got to see my son again, it would be shocking, I would think, but it would also be extremely happy, and that's the perception that I choose to take, because if I let myself sink the other way, then I can't even get out of bed. What's the point, And why suffer? Why would I self-perpetuate suffering like that when I know he's okay? So because I know that from my experience, I can convey that to you, is what is your perspective on that? And when you do have a visitation from a loved one, how are you going to react? And if you want to plan for that, like, the best thing to do is to imagine it, play it through, rehearse that in your mind and in your heart. Go through a meditation and rehearse that inside, that you're going to have a loved one meet up with you, like you're going to have a reunion. And when you go to sleep, think of that person and think of how wonderful it would be to see them again. I mean, come on, right? And I keep getting these orbs that are flying around in my videos. So if you see any, throw the timestamps down. That would be great if you guys catch them, because they always seem to pop up in my videos, especially if covering stuff about having company and guests and whatnot. Oh, well, that one jumped out of my hand, so I did recovery. I think we had this card before too. See the key there for recovery? I think the key for the recovery for all of us, recovering from things like missing a loved one, in our dreamscape, in the spirit realm, you're going to be getting the keys to all the answers for your recovery, depending on what you're recovering from. And some of those keys could be a visit from a deceased loved one. And when you have that visitation, that's going to be a key to your recovery. You're recovering in grief. It's all going to be how you decide to look at it. What is your perception about that? How do you feel about that? Do you feel bittersweet? It's okay. You can be bittersweet about it. You can still miss somebody. There's nothing wrong with missing somebody and feeling sad, but really, they would want you to be happy. They don't want you to suffer. So I'm getting that that's it for the cards. We got enough of a message in there with that. Again, leave your messages, if you don't mind, leaving some comments about the kind of dreams you're having, and if you've already had dreams in the last day or so by the time this video gets up, or if you are a conscious dream journaler, traveler, lucid dreamer, anything prophetic, just leave some comments down there, and let's talk about it, as things are going to start happening this week if they haven't already, and I can't wait to hear about it. This is exciting. So have a great night, and I love you guys. Namaste.